You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Yo, 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 what up, doe? How are my rebels living? It's been a minute. But, you know, we missed last week, but that's all right. We put up our brackets of integrity so that they could be immediately smashed to the ground by Karen from accounting and all her wickedness. Although she didn't even do well because everybody got smoked. Everybody's bracket went out. What the hell? Stupid updates on my stupid devices, messing with the background music, screwing things up, just like our brackets. Everybody's busted, everything's busted, but we're gonna fix it all by just being clowns for a couple hours. So come hang out with us, and we'll get this silly ass circus going, because that's exactly what it's been in sports since we've been gone, a flippin' circus. So let's get to it, Rebels. Without further ado, let's do the do that we do at DSR2. I am Scrappy, and here's your host, Johnny the Mouse.
Hey, we're back here for another edition of DSR2. Yes, we were off last week. I had some personal family matters to go through. Maybe I'll get into that a little bit. Very proud of my one daughter, Allison, on there. So we got our brackets up on there. And again, as we said, and even I joked about it, my bracket will be destroyed by 4 p.m. I made it to 5:30. But Karen on there from accounting, but Barb from accounting on there has like doesn't have all of them on there perfect, but I think she's only got one wrong. Bitch.
There is like,
because she has St. Peter's winning on there. Goes, oh look, they're the peacocks. That's a cute. I'm gonna pick them. I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna win. Bitch. She did some more voodoo mumbo jumbo bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know how.
She's in league with the devil.
We talked about it. We talk about it all the time, Moose, but we never practice what we preach when it comes to the bracket. If we just do what we know is going to happen, do we not talk about this all the time, every year? Nope. You go by this, you go by that, and this is what should happen. And no, we use like our brains and like what we think we see and what we think we know, and none of that seems to ever matter in the flipping tournament. Does it?
No.
I mean, I have never, ever in the history of anything ever seen something so, like, I get upsets happen. I get that's why they play the game. I get that there's Cinderella stories and all that stuff, but I've never seen anything like what happens in the tournament, man. It's so bizarre. And, and now it doesn't matter. Now it's all on the table for, 15s to win.
I did have a couple. I had like a couple 12-5s
I had some
on there. I had
upsets.
some 11 6s on there. All right, I didn't have Kentucky losing to frickin' St. Peter's in the first round.
Nobody really did, other than
Except
somebody that's
barred from accounting.
well, but that's just a douchebag move. It has nothing to do with like the
But
sport.
she does it every year.
I know.
I mean, that was probably the biggest upset. I know Ohio State lost to a number 2 seed several years ago. That is the biggest upset since Michigan State lost to Middle Tennessee State in the opening round, when they were number 2 seed. I think St. Peter's was like a 20-point underdog, and they ended up beating the hell out of them. I mean, they dominated.
Well, yeah.
They took
They
it over
did
and
outplay them pretty much the whole. They played with them and outplayed them pretty much the whole game. Not the only upset out there. There's been a bunch of them, and that's kind of my point. Like, all bets are off now.
Yeah.
Like, you can just kind of just. You know what? I need to do. Okay, so we always put up our quote unquote bracket of integrity because everybody has 82,000 brackets. I think next year I'm going to put up a bracket of,
Disintegrity.
yeah. I'm just going to put one up that's like, because let's
Total
see-
dick mood
let's-
troll?
Yeah, let's see if it works.
We'll call it the troll bracket.
Yeah, because we always do it. Maybe we'll sit down and we'll get with the listeners and we'll have a troll bracket. Me and you,
Yes, we'll have
the
it on the-
listeners, and we'll work it out, and we'll come up with a troll bracket, and
We'll see how that one does versus everything
versus
else.
everybody else's like brackets of integrity. Because we talk about it all the time. We said that if we just did that, we would make bank. And why not do it? Why not prove the theory right or wrong? So
With you.
so maybe that's our challenge for next year.
We'll do that
let's
next year. But
pre-
there's some on there. Gonzaga's not looked all that great on there. Yeah, they took care of Georgia State. They were down at halftime, or they were winning by 1 at halftime, and everybody's poo-pooing Gonzaga, and ended up winning by 21.
right.
Memphis was a good matchup on there, and it just shows you basically Memphis looked really good against Boise State. Of course, they didn't have Amani Bates, but Amani Bates comes back in for the game 2, and they end up losing. I hope you enjoy that FedEx money there, okay? But a more serious thing on there is Kentucky loses in the first round. Calipari's only won 1 title since he's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's gotten kids in there, and he's getting the great classes, and he gets all the
He's
talent.
a great recruiter, but
But he gets kids to draft on Thursday. But wins this alumni and wins the boosters and to say, you know what? We need to see some basically payoff to
Right.
bust you giving all this money.
yeah, I mean,
Does he get on the hot seat next year?
I think he is on the hot seat next year more than he's ever been in his career. Now, does that mean he's like, oh no? I don't know what that means though.
Well, it means is he's going to get kids on there, and then like 4 years after they win it next year, they take the title.
Well, this is yeah.
This would be a Memphis or
This is
Massachusetts.
This is my issue with it this year. He had some tenured kids for the first time, probably in a minute,
yeah.
because of the way COVID played out. Some of these cats came back, so like he's not. We can't go through this misconception that this year was like a normal Kentucky year where you have a bunch of freshmen that
No,
are
he
one and
had
done.
some guys there
yeah.
with some experience.
Right.
Guys have been there 3 years.
Right. So I just think you can't. You can't. I don't know. At some point, he's got to be on the hot seat. I just don't know what that means. I mean, he recruits well, and like, what are you gonna do? Bring in somebody that that coaches better but doesn't recruit as well, and then you get lesser talent, but you end up with better coaching. Does that translate to more championships? I don't know if it does. Like, that's the conundrum.
They're never happy with no matter who they get. Down the line, guys are on there. We get Tubby Smith, gets him a national title, not good enough.
Right.
They get rid of him after, 4 or 5 years. Got him the title, got him to the tournament every year, gets him deep in the tournament, get on there, but that's not good enough. So they get Kyle Party, get success right away, gets him a title, gets the Final Fours, great. But he hasn't gotten to that title game. He hasn't gotten that second title. He's been there for a long period of time, but and considering the classes he recruits,
sure,
where's the payoff?
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you. I just don't know. And then it brings you to the next thing. Like, now who do you replace him with? Because you got to have you can't just have a problem. You have to have an answer.
You're going to have to, you're going to have to go after big on it. The only one I could think of that I would probably, Few is never going to leave Gonzaga. Just forget it. It's not happening.
Right.
Maybe go after Jay Wright at Villanova.
Yeah, but
no, and again, say Villanova wins that, they win a title this year. That's 3 in 6 or 7 years.
Right, but why? What's the
if I'm Jay Wright, why am I leaving there to go to Kentucky unless they're offering boatloads of money and an obscene amount of money? But then again, it's dude, I'm winning here at Villanova. Honor, do I want to leave?
Yeah.
How much money is enough?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And I know people are going to be on there, and I've got an argument with people. I'm like, dude, Jay Wright is an elite coach. He's won 2 titles,
right,
in a period of 4 years.
Yeah.
Look what he's done year in, year out.
Sure.
They're up in the top 5 for most wins in the last decade. Gonzaga's number 1. Believe it or not, Michigan's number 2.
Right. Yeah.
In the tournament.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that. Consistency doesn't get the rewards that flash in the pan kind of stuff does.
No, but Michigan has been to two Final Fours in the last decade, 2 final games in the last decade, competitive in the final games the last decade, been to a couple other Elite Eights on there. Last year they went to the Elite Eight, been to 5 straight Sweet 16s. Michigan is a pretty good program. And people are all poo-pooing. It's like, well, and again, they all poo-pooed like, no, nobody showed up at the Michigan State game at Ann Arbor. Well, it was spring break.
Right.
The students are all gone. You know what? Unlike some of these colleges, Michigan students have some money.
Well, sure.
They come from families that got money. Yeah, they're all down in South Beach partying up. I don't blame them either. I'd be partying too if I could. Let's see, stay in Ann Arbor where there's probably getting a foot of snow, or I go to South Beach and party down. Yeah. Guess what? Bye.
Yeah. So
with there, and against the Gonzaga, and I hear everybody about Gonzaga. Oh, they don't play they play in a crappy league, and I'm thinking. They play a really good non-conference schedule. They play a really tough non-conference schedule. They can only play who's in their league.
Yeah, they only can play who's in front of
them.
They're
a basketball-only school. So who are they joining?
Right.
The Pac-12 is not going to take them. The Mountain West is not going to take them. The Big 12 is not going to take them.
Right.
What? Join the Big East? That makes no sense whatsoever. You're in Seattle. You're in Spokane, Washington. Let's fly all the way out to Georgetown and play the Hoyas on a Sunday. Yeah. That's stupid.
Yeah.
You can only play who's in your league there.
Right.
They're a basketball-only school. What do you want them to do?
Right.
They're playing a great non-conference schedule. Yeah, they're beating up everybody else in their conference, but so what? They get to the tournament, and look what they do. Yeah, they haven't won it yet, but they've been to how many Final Fours, how many championship games, and they keep winning.
Yep.
They get deep in the tournament every year.
Yep.
So I don't want to hear this anymore about this crap. Yeah, Gary, you know what you are? You're old guy screaming at the clouds. Wah! Why is that rainbow shining? It's too bright. God. And I'm tired of it.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. The proof is in the pudding. I mean, wins or victories are victories. And it's just funny how people look at things like you get caught up in your era. We talk about it all the time, different things, but I think you become a victim of your era. And so when it was most prominent to you, that's what you remember. We remember Michigan being dominant football team, blah, blah, blah. They just haven't been that in 20 effing years.
Right.
So if you're 30 or under, you don't even know what we're talking about when we talk about how dominant Michigan was at one point in time in football. So, and we think about that. So I just think people get caught up in their little thing. They see Michigan State, they're caught up in that era where Michigan State was winning a lot, and they think that Michigan State's a more winning, more successful program recently. Not necessarily the case. Same thing with some of these other teams. You think Kentucky, they're as one of the blue bloods, but we just got done talking about when's the last time they won a championship.
Right.
And so, and then you start talking about other teams that have had more success that nobody's really thinking of. And it's like, I don't, once again, we're in that world where things just are what they are. Like I don't know what to say. Like people just watch like the craziest. They just see things, like I said, they're a victim of that era, and they look at things just a little bit different than yeah, I don't know. It's just I can't explain it. I wish I could.
Yeah,
I wish I could. It's just the weirdest. It's just the weirdest thing. So, but once again, I'm biased. We all have our biases.
yeah,
So I get it. I'm biased to certain things. I see certain things maybe, but I like at least try to be aware of it.
yeah.
And so, like, yeah, when people kind of poo-poo other teams, and I just think once again you're caught up in something and times are a changing. Same thing. We got all this Red Wings banner and all this stuff. There was an era where the Wings were the most dominant team in hockey.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even in question. And it was for a while. And they had multiple eras. I mean, how many Stanley Cups do they have?
4.
To show, they've got more than that over their history.
11 Stanley Cups overall in their history, 4 in the last 25 years.
So, yeah, like you said, there was an era where we watched. Where they had that dynasty where they had
There was
4
that period
champions.
of 11 years where they won 4 cups, and they should have won 5.
Yeah. And so, but that's been gone for a minute, and hopefully we get back. But like sports times change,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Quick, like the wind. So when you see consistency, I think that's more of a big deal. But nobody gives it the credit like that.
No.
It's that flash in the pan, like, oh, you got this great player and you made it to a Final Four, or you won a championship, or whatever, and that's all anybody remembers. And it's like, well, then if you didn't do anything outside of that in 20 years, what are we talking about?
Right. You're one and done. And we don't on it.
I don't get it.
And again, everybody was like put on the video on there where the kid from Tennessee's crying, and Juwan consoles him and everything with it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, and it's like, well, it's a nice thing on there. But there is some history there. The kid played with Juwan's son in AAU ball together, and he was recruited to Michigan. So there is a history where Juwan knows this kid personally.
Sure.
And yeah, it's a good feel more going. And of course, everybody's like, well, he shouldn't be coaching. And I'm like, whatever, troll.
Yeah.
He acknowledged he was wrong.
Yep.
He took it's like my fault. Nobody else's but mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do better. I'm seeking help to get better.
All right.
I accept the punishment, and that's that. But oh my God, it's like people. He should be like, should he? I mean, come on. We saw Bobby Knight choke one of his own players on the sideline during the game.
See,
We seen Bobby Knight toss chairs at people.
All right.
But
my take on this is I'm willing to bet anybody that has a fit about what Juwan does would not be willing to open up the door to their skeleton closet.
Oh, exactly.
So, like, this is my whole take. Now, if you have a clean, spot-free past, where you've never ever made a mistake and you've never had to atone for those mistakes and you've never had to, then you're a dick. But I guess you can say something. I mean, you're a dick. You're a douchebag because, I'm better than everybody guy. But, I mean, I guess. But I highly doubt that that's the case.
No.
I highly
stuff.
doubt that if I look into your closet,
you'll find
I'll
something.
find a fucking bone in that motherfucker.
You'll find probably a whole skeleton, I bet you, in there, not just a bone.
So I'm just saying, like, I've got my demons too. Everybody.
We've all made mistakes. We've all did screw ups.
How many people have praised cats that have made comebacks for stuff that was way worse than you guys are trying to cancel somebody for? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, pick a side. Like, you don't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. You will praise this guy because he did what was right for over a thing, and then you'll murder this guy for something he did 20 years ago that you just found out about now that he already apologized for.
It happens over and over and over again with society on there. There's always these trolls out there.
It's like, what the hell are you doing here, man? Like there's got to be some kind of consistency in when you do stuff. Like, Cats get caught up in stuff they did 20, 30 years ago. Let me go back. If you had internet and did some dumb stuff,
Yeah.
like, come on, man. Like, let me go back to when you were 15. I bet you said some dumb shit. I bet you if you had Facebook, you would have done something, or MySpace, or Twitter, or any of the things that we've had over these generations. I bet you'd put your foot in your mouth too. I mean, I'm sorry. That it is what it is. So, like, when you hold people to, like, some dumb shit and act like they can't overcome it and change and get better, then, like, I don't know what world you live in. Like, you've never, ever improved as a human being. You've been perfect since the day you fell out of your mom's hole. I doubt it.
Yeah, what do you... Yeah, you're not Jesus.
I just doubt it.
And guess what?
I just
Jesus wasn't even perfect, and Jesus will be the first one to tell you, I'm not perfect either.
Yeah, you know what? Even if Jesus is perfect and is a standard, what'd they do to him?
Yeah, they crucified him.
Yeah, like, who wants to be perfect at this point?
Yeah, that's the last perfect guy. Guess what? He got hung by a cross.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I get it. But, like, what I don't get is, and it's one of those things, man. Some weird stuff. It's just like, if there's something that should be, like a kid, like assault, like something ungodly. Okay, I get it. Cancel this mofo. Put him on a list like you do with everybody else. Put him in jail, whatever it is. But handle it. But, like, you're gonna be mad over some. I don't know. I just don't get it. And sometimes the redemption story is where it's at, and people have to learn a lesson the hard way. And sometimes you do got to give them some of that. But I mean, come on, man. Like, some of it's just, it doesn't even make sense to me, man. It's all over the place.
Yes.
And I wish, I
felt good for that story. I felt like there was the right thing on there for the right point.
Well, this is the whole thing. When it comes to Juwan, you know what? Is it ever going to, you're never going to appease everybody, so it is what it is. Do I think that moment, like, all of a sudden, like, absolves him of what happened? No.
I would even be the first one to probably tell you, it doesn't absolve me of everything. It's just what I thought I had to do at the right moment.
And then I don't look at it,
somebody that I care about.
Right. And I don't look at it as him trying to, this is a bunch of, he's just putting this on to make it look like, I didn't think of it that either. It just came out to be one of those moments, and it was just kind of unfortunate that because of what he did before, this undertone is always going to be there. Everything he does now is going to be scrutinized that much more. And that's the problem, because it took away from a moment that was actually, like you said, it was a pretty good moment for the time and what was happening. So, and I just think that's the unfortunate part about what he did. That's what angers me the most about what he did. And that's what's going to make it hard for him to kind of work past that. So I get all of that, but give me a effing break. He didn't do anything that, look, if you brought in the revenue that Juwan Howard brings into the university to your job, you wouldn't get fired either. So let's stop. Let's stop with that. You don't generate millions of dollars for your company. Very few of you, and nobody listening, nobody on Reddit, on Threads, nobody on Twitter. Most of you guys are not making that kind of bank that have something to say about this. You know what I'm saying? So, like stop. If you were generating that kind of revenue for your company, you wouldn't get fired either. Nope. They'd find a way to reprimand you. They'd send you to anger management. They'd fine you. They'd suspend you. They'd do whatever they have to do, but they would not, risk losing that revenue. So let's be real about it. And so that whole thing with him, it's not a put on. It's none of that stuff. The unfortunate situation is it's going to take him a lot to kind of overcome what happened. As you can see now that what happened however many weeks ago now is still laying there, stinky and stagnant, and it's going to be like part of every conversation for everything that he does. Sting needs to stop doing that shit. He's 63 years old. Sorry.
Exactly. I still got my as my top two on there for Gonzaga and Arizona. So at least I'm alive in that, but so does everybody. So I'm toast on there with the tournament on there. And again, been watching it. I mean, it was good to watch and had a lot of fun. I mean, Saturday watched it.
Yeah.
Thursday, I had the radio going, so I had it outside. I was outside, man. It was too gorgeous
nice.
outside.
It was
so
nice. I wasn't watching. Yeah, I was
outside.
listening too. And I've got my little updater thing, which is very cool for my bracket, and it's just an app, and that's all the app does. It's just for your tournament bracket. It doesn't do anything else.
Well, that's what I got too. Is I got the March Madness app on there, and you're actually able to watch games as well on the app.
Yep.
And that's all I got for this, and I'm deleted after the tournament's over because I don't need to take out stage.
Yeah.
But I was able to put on the Bluetooth, listen to the through the stereo, and watch it outside,
Very
enjoying
great
a
tool.
cigar and a Guinness because it was too damn nice out on there. But yeah, I mean, I've been thoroughly enjoying on there. Did I want State to beat Duke and take out Krzyzewski? Absolutely.
Yep.
Didn't think it was going to happen.
Nope.
Proved it didn't happen on there.
I wish it would have, though. That would have been nice. But Krzyzewski's just got Izzo's number. And, and Izzo knows it, and Izzo's kind of bummed, too. He's like, you know what? And I'm not going to get a chance to get that one, that elusive win that he won. You know, he just...
That would have been a great one, too, to take him out.
Yeah.
Because this is it for Krzyzewski.
Yep.
I beat him the last time. I sent him
out
packing.
packing. That would have been nice, but couldn't do it. He was looking. He acknowledged it in interviews since the exit. So it's. I give it to him, man. He's a cool guy. He was on the DP show, I think, when I heard a lot of that stuff, and he's. You know, I'm not a State fan, but I'm an Izzo fan. I mean, I get why they had him as coach. He's a great coach.
So the one kid from St. Pete just got an NIL deal out there. The goofy-looking one with the cheesy mustache on there. Looks like he's from with Buffalo Wild Wings.
Whatever, man.
Whatever. He's like, hey, I got my NIL deal. Look, I got all these wings. I'm gonna eat. Come on, try wings.
See, I'm fine with it. I'd rather that than these YouTube like bullshitters be getting all the sponsorship dollars and stuff like. Just do it with somebody that's not a douchebag in the internet, like. And has no like real concept of life or whatever real reality, like just do this. I'd rather see athletes, especially cats that put their body on the line, because that's the one thing about being an athlete is you work really really hard to keep your body up and take care of your body to only have like a career that's half of what anybody else's would ever be, if that, maybe a fraction, right? Like Moose, we'll work our day jobs from whatever 20 till 65, right? So we'll work for 45 years of our career, our life, and that'll be our career. It'll be 40, 45 years, and these cats are doing 6 years, 10 years, and then their career's over.
Right.
So they've got to maximize what they can when they can. So I'm all for them doing that. I'd much rather see that than have somebody that, sticks things up their butt on YouTube, get a bunch of money because America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? America. So
yeah, we got on here. And again, also some good news going on here, at least locally. Hope College won the Division III basketball championship, about 10 days ago. Grand Valley is now in the Elite Eight of the Division II tournament.
You're geeking out. Nobody cares. Nobody even knows what you're saying. This is like radio for Moose right now. He's getting it all into it. Do you have
State of Michigan, Basketball Central.
Do you have your NIT bracket filled out?
No, I don't even know who's in the NIT, and I don't care. That's for the brackets for losers on there. I mean, again, great if it was NIT and you're like a Division II school and it's a premier, but those are for the other 100 schools that didn't make a tournament. Okay?
That's exactly. That's what I thought maybe
that are Division I.
Just get them all. We anything else? Did we miss any other tournaments? Like, is there something like some Swahili crazy like tournament I don't know anything about?
Yeah, there was. It was the wrestling tournament that was down at Little Caesars Arena over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
NCAA wrestling tournament on their championships. But that's more individual weight classing on there. But yeah, we got hockey coming up this weekend for the hockey of. Tournament going on there. Michigan obviously won the Big Ten. They're the number 1 seed. So good news is about that one too is if both Michigan and Western Michigan go all the way, they will face each other in the finals. They're in different opposite sides of the bracket, so that would be awesome. Only ones
That
would
would be
care
amazing.
would be us.
Yeah, nobody else would care.
But we don't care. Fuck you.
Yes, we are greedy that way because we have nothing else.
That's right.
Our pro sports are so bad here.
God, they're terrible.
It's so atrocious on so many levels. So maybe we'll get into some of that stuff. So I don't know. I know you guys, everybody's tournament's busted. I see already in the text line some of the regulars here. Let me get this up for everybody else who hasn't had a chance. Where is it? Here we go. Text line 313-307-5340. How long did it take before your bracket was busted? Moose was out by 5:30. I've got tons of them from I was never in it to begin with. Well, none of us were.
Only Barb from accounting was in it.
Yeah.
Again,
Yes,
for the
because
18th straight year.
Because she's blowing Satan on the side somewhere. Because I don't know how. She always wins. It's a bunch of bullshit.
If I walk by her house, I could smell sulfur coming out of there.
I mean, come on. Yeah. She farts sulfur. What's going on? I don't understand. What's that smell? Anyway.
Why is the heat so high in here? Why is it
Yeah.
like 98 degrees in here?
This is so quickly getting off the rails, Moose. This is what happens. We have a week off, and a guy's gonna jump from a 16-foot ladder. This is what he's doing. You left the WWE to do this. This guy's gonna hurt himself, and it's gonna be bad. This is not gonna be good. And ouch. Oh, good. They put like boxes underneath, but still. Ugh. I hate when they do those crazy bumps. Dead. I cracked my skull on the concrete. I'm not even alive. Everybody thinks it's a work, but I'm really dying here.
What's that gray matter coming out?
Yeah. No, that's a blood packet, right? That's a blood packet. No, that's my skull. It's cracked wide open. I can't fake that, you asshole.
I smell grass burning.
Yeah. The fuck?
You're having a cerebral hemorrhage. But yeah, we got that on there. But yeah, as we said, this bracket's been crazy. And we knew it was We knew it was going to be absolutely insane this year.
Yeah. No, we talk about it all the time, Moose. Yeah, and I can't wait till we do our bullshit bracket. We should have done it this year. I'm so mad.
We didn't think of it ahead of time.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. What I'm gonna do is in the episode prior, I'm gonna play this back as our intro, our lead, talking about our say a little earlier in the segment we were talking about it, because yeah, it's one of the wildest years. And then watch, it'll be chalk.
Of course it will.
Watch, it'll be the first chalk bracket in history. Oh, that would be silly. We know it won't, but that'll be silly. So as much as everything should be about the tournament and bracket this and bracketology that, the NFL
said no. Here, hold my beer. We got lots here to talk
there's
about.
so much to talk about. Baseball's back, and does anybody effing care?
No.
I mean, there is still so much, and then hockey. I mean, everybody's chasing Colorado right now. So
Yeah.
we got a few things we can kind of get into. We can spin the wheel. Moose, where do you want this thing to land?
Well, since we're coming in on the second half hour of the first hour on it, let's just go right into the NFL here on there, and then we'll get into
Sure.
our NBA and NHL and that for the wraparound on
All
there.
right.
But yeah, I mean, this has been, the NHL, and over the weekend, it's just like, no, here it is, Trade Central coming out there, and all of a sudden it all started like, all of a sudden, who's going to go on to the Deshaun Watson and
Yeah.
Cleveland? All of a sudden, it's like everybody's on here wants it, and all of a sudden Cleveland's like, no, we got it.
Well, this.
Do you think Baker said he knew something was going to happen because he's like, you know what? Thanks, Cleveland. I love you, but I'm this is it. I'm out of here.
What blows me away is that at one point Cleveland was off the table.
Yes.
From a Deshaun Watson standpoint.
Yes.
What changed there?
$200 million, 153 guaranteed is what happened there.
So now, what's the chronological order for that? Did they piss off Baker just by having him in the building.
I think
and then
that
they
was
felt they
happened,
had
and
to
he
throw the
whined
money-
about it and said, I want out. And they're off the table like, what the hell? And they go, screw it. If he wants out, screw it. Let's go after Deshaun and make him an offer that he's going to say, oh, hell yeah. And then we'll just offer like everything we own to Cleveland or to Houston. Any other organization that gets 3 number ones and like 2 number twos on there, I would almost say this is Herschel Walker 2.0. But it's the Texans. You know they're going to fuck it up on there. But if it was any other, say it was just a viable organization, just a halfway decent run organization, you get 3 number 1 picks and 2 number 2s on there. You're rebuilding like the 1990s Cowboys. That's how they got it. Under they got 3 number 1s from the Vikings for Herschel Walker,
right.
And that got him Emmitt Smith, Russell Maryland, and Michael Irvin.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind going all in. I just don't understand what they were thinking with this whole process, because is that too much to give up?
I think so.
I mean, it seems like a lot to me.
Especially when they made that deal with Dallas and they gave up nothing to get Amari Cooper the week earlier.
I know.
A 5th and a 6th round. I'm like,
well, maybe that was their thought process, right? If I got Amari Cooper for nothing, I got a little bit more money for.
I can play with on there, and
but I don't know, man. That's crazy. And to me, you're asking for it. It's just one of those things that you're asking for it, because if that doesn't work out, then what?
Then you're screwed for a decade.
Then what? Because you got nothing.
Right.
Oh, that's ugly. That's ugly, because I don't know. It just seems like it was just handled like shite.
Yeah.
Because you pissed off your quarterback that you had in the building so bad that he was like on Twitter, like having puppies, and you didn't even have anybody like on paper yet.
No, you have nothing there on paper.
So now you had to. Is that what
so
it is?
you jumped the gun on it.
You're bidding against yourself because of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, because who else was on there? It was New Orleans was in the running.
All right, it was New Orleans and Atlanta, right?
Right.
And you don't think Atlanta would have been a better fit for a trade? You get Matt Ryan in the trade instead of him going to Indy?
I think they're going to ride with Mims for a while, because especially what he did at the end of last year looked really well. And if you progress that out over a full season, he would have been over a 4,000-yard passer and close to 30 touchdowns. So I think they're going to ride with it on it. I would have made the deal with Atlanta and get at least Matt for a year.
That's what I'm saying.
And then let Mims sit a year around there, and then you go from there with it. But again, when you're getting that kind of King's ransom, when you get 3 number 1s and 2 number 2s, you go, okay. Again, you got him. It's like, all right, they give me an offer I can't say no to.
And then Atlanta's kind of curious too, because you put Matt Ryan up there, and I mean,
you get 2 number 2s for Ryan.
I mean, I guess that's a decent haul for a guy that you're probably not going to have for too much longer if you keep him anyway. So maybe that's what they're thinking. You get out a little early instead of staying a little late. We talked about that before. That's always a better strategy. But I don't just. But the Cincinnati, I mean the Cleveland one, it just felt like it was just so messy.
Yeah.
And now what do
you say? You're stuck with Baker because nobody's going to trade for them.
Well, check this though.
You know what I'll give you? Nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, this is the whole thing with Baker.
Waive him.
Yeah, he's gonna get waived. Now think about that. He was looking to make big bank.
Yeah. Now he's looking to possibly start for the USF.
Now he could be out. No, dude, think about it. He could end up out of the league.
Oh yeah, he could.
I mean, that's a real possibility. You could go from being paid, like top 5 quarterback money, top 6 quarterback money. Like, that's what he would be looking at if he could keep his nose clean and play well this year, whatever. To, now you got nothing.
Right. I mean,
like, now you're not even in the league because you're basically a head case.
Right. Yeah, somebody's going to just say they'll wait for him to clear waivers, and then they'll sign him for
nothing.
I mean, does he go to Seattle for nothing on there? We'll see on there. Seattle's actually talking to, believe it or not, Colin Kaepernick.
Somebody needs to bring in Cap.
No, they're seriously talking about.
Good.
I think he may be coming in there this week to talk to them.
Yeah, someone needs to bring in Cap. Absolutely.
Shit, I'd like to have Cap here as a backup on there and give him a run on there. Maybe, who knows? We might catch lightning in a bottle versus Goff.
I would.
And it wouldn't cost us anything.
I would. Yeah, if he came in and played well in practice, I would have zero problem putting him ahead of any quarterback we've got on our roster.
Oh, God, no. I mean, I wouldn't on there. But, yeah, I mean, with the Pittsburgh signing Mitchell Trubisky, I'm like, seriously, dude? Trubisky? You could have waited a week. You could have waited a week and got Mayfield for half what you're paying Trubisky. You only paying Trubisky $10 million a year, but hell, you could have got him for $5 million if you wait a week.
You probably could.
I'd take Baker over Trubisky any day of the week.
I would too, but I think if you want to keep a quiet locker room and you want to kind of quietly tank, I think Baker Mayfield isn't the answer, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean. Like, let's say your locker room's pretty harmonious, and let's say even if they lose, they'll kind of hold it together, and it won't be a total mess. And you can maybe get a high draft pick. Maybe you have the idea of tanking. Maybe that's the move you make. I just don't think Baker Mayfield fits in any locker room.
No.
And that's the issue with him, is you got to be, when you're a quarterback, especially a high-level quarterback, you got to be somebody everybody wants in there, you know. And I just don't think that his play outweighs his bullshit. Not even close, to be honest.
So, yeah, we all heard, but again, Cooper got traded from Dallas to Cleveland for a 5th and 6th round. Would you hear what was the final straw that basically got Cooper out of Dallas? After losing in the playoffs, he basically would call Dak the Black Kirk Cousins. And that was pretty much it.
He's the Black Kirk Cousins.
But you look at it, you go,
no,
yeah,
that's about it.
That's pretty accurate.
Oh, yeah.
That's what set Jerry off the edge.
That's awesome. Whatever.
But he's not lying.
No, he's not. And the funny thing about all that is it's like, you know, Jerry can get all mad, but now he's butthurt and he just messed up his team even worse than it already is.
Oh, they're garbage.
Yeah, they got nothing now.
They're terrible. They're going to finish 3rd in that division.
Yeah.
Because I think the Giants will be dead last because they're really terrible.
Yeah, they are.
We'll see what happens with Washington, and we'll see what Philly on there. Philly might be the one on there because Philly's making some good signings, and they got 3 number 1 picks.
Yeah, as long as they're good with their picks, and
they better draft a receiver.
Yeah,
and shore up the defense.
Well, you got to get guys that can immediately contribute, and that's a little tough. That's a little tough. So,
well, if any year on there you're having like 15, a 16, and a 19 on there, and you want looking at a receiver, this is the year.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because you jump ahead of everybody else. Because
sure.
you know Kansas City's looking for a receiver because they just traded Tyreek Hill to Miami.
And if you're looking at all those dumb, mock draft things, they're all still trying to
pigeonhole us taking a quarterback.
Yeah, they're still trying
to jam. We're not taking Malik Hill down our throats. We're not taking Malik Hill at number 2. Yeah, if Philly wants to give us the 15th, the 16th, and 19th for the number 2, and we take Malik Hill at 19, yeah, I could see that. But we're not taking him at 2. Stop it. It's not happening.
It's the craziest thing. We talked about it. We knew it would happen.
There's not a quarterback.
There's always trying to jam a quarterback on you, dude.
No, it's not happening.
It's the craziest thing, man. It's like when
if he's available in the 3rd round, fine. We'll take him as a backup on it to work on it, but we're not taking him in the 1st round. It's not happening.
It's like a used car lot, man. You come in there for a 4-door sedan for your kid, and then they're trying to talk you into a Corvette. No, I didn't come here for that.
I got 4 kids, damn it. Where am I going to fit the kid? Time to the back?
Yeah, I need a minivan. I can't have.
I need a minivan. No, you need this vet. I really like the vet, but I need a minivan.
Yes.
My wife will divorce me, and I'll be living in my vet if I come home with this.
Yeah. It's so silly. Whatever. I just so. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting looking league. I really like Matt Ryan over in Indy. I think you've got a team that is ready built to kind of go right now.
Yeah.
And the head case that is Carson, Carson Wentz is not going to get it done there. So.
No, I agree with you on there. Oh my God, did you hear more of the shit coming out about Urban Meyer? He didn't even know who frickin' Aaron Donald was.
None of that surprises me.
That number 99 is going to give us problems. Really? You fucking think? He's only the 3-time defensive player of the year? Jesus. Fucking dolt.
It just goes to show you that he doesn't put anything into on the field preparation.
No.
You know, it's all about all the other stuff. And then, but everything tells me when when the team goes back and he stays there and parties with a bunch of like girls, like younger,
his daughter's age.
Yeah. I just, that tells me all the scummy things I need to know about that guy. Not just from like a personal standpoint, but a professional and like, I don't know, just a moral standpoint.
Yes.
He's just pretty gross. And it is what it is, dude. He's unemployed. I don't see him getting a job anytime soon. And would you hire him?
No.
So I mean, I think he falls in that like, nobody will touch him now. I think.
I think he's working for the Big Ten Network, and that's about it. I mean, even Fox won't even take him back.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to be in that situation where you're just not. I don't know. He's not. Who wants to take that on? So.
Then over the weekend, we get Devontae Adams getting traded to the Raiders.
Yeah.
For first and third or something or on it. And
dude, hey, he wanted out, and he doesn't even have to worry. He's not getting as much money, I don't think, either.
No. But he doesn't have to pay state income tax, and he's on it. But you know what? He didn't want it out too, because again, he knew that he saw through all the bullshit on there. Oh, he wants weapons. No, Aaron Rodgers cares only about one thing.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah. Because let's make no bones about it. There is no way that Aaron Rodgers didn't know that Devontae was Gandhi, because if he didn't, he would, and all the stuff that he said was right, he'd be screaming from the rafters. He'd be on the Pat McAfee show right now as we speak, losing his mind. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. There's no way he didn't know. He knew damn well that his only weapon was leaving, and he still signed that deal for all that money. All this whining and crying about wanting weapons, and they don't care about winning, and he wants to win, and he needs weapons around him. And he did the one thing that no quarterback and that wants to win on a consistent basis does, and that's take all that money. Look, if you win a championship, there are two ways to win a championship. You win a championship when your quarterback is on his rookie effing contract.
Right.
Or
you're Tom Brady, you keep giving money on the table.
You defer money, and you do all kinds of different things to get around the salary cap and to kind of circumvent that from year to year to get players out there on the field. Of course, there's more to it than that, but those are the two major ways to get it done. That's how it gets done. It is what it is. None of that is in play here. None of that's in play for Aaron Rodgers. So he knew damn well he just wanted to get his money. That's all it ever was about, is look at me. I want to be the number one guy. We can't have anybody that is above and beyond who I am and what I do and all that. He don't want none of it. None of it. He's 4 years still. He's still butthurt about the Love draft.
Right.
I mean, let's be real. Like how insecure and messed up are you, dude?
How bad is Green Bay screw up on there? They traded up to get Jordan Love, and he's terrible.
Yeah.
How bad did your scouting department do on this one?
Oh yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. Like, what was the point of doing all that anyway.
Because he would have been there for you in the second round. You didn't have to trade up to get Jordan Love. Jordan Love was not going to be getting drafted that high up there unless you drafted him.
No.
With that. And again, we got that going on. Tariq Hill going to the Miami, and it immediately signs a 4-year, $120 million deal. $73 million guaranteed.
Hey, whatever.
$30 million
got his money.
Receiver. Got his money.
Yeah.
On that. And again, we said like Devontae Adams with the Raiders. Raiders, I mean, quietly, actually not quite, but they get Devontae Adams, which is a great move by them. They end up signing Chandler Jones to a 3-year deal, so they get help with Max Crosby there for defensive edge rushing on there. They've done some nice moves out there with this draft on there.
Absolutely.
And then with Kansas City, we'll see what happens because now they're taking a step back because they lose one of their primary weapons on offense.
Oh, but they got tons of draft capital for a team
They'll
that
have
didn't
tons
look
of
like
draft
a.
capital.
Well, we talked about it, Moose. That we're in.
But as I said, is anybody drafting a receiver who I feel positive about? Is Andy Reid.
Sure. Well, this is the thing, too, Moose. Like, we talked about it before. They're going to be in salary cap hell here soon because of these contracts. They were doing well because everybody was on these rookie deals.
Yeah.
Well, those rookie deals are going to start coming up for money. I mean, these guys are going to want to get paid. And so how do you counteract that? You know, you trade guys and get capital and draft again. And hopefully you draft well like you did before.
If you want another speed receiver, this would be, there's a couple guys out there. You could get the, if you want a smaller receiver, you got Dotson from Penn State. If you want to take a guy in the roof and take a chance on there, you got Christian Watson from North Dakota State, who again, blazing speed, 4.39, and he's 6'4", like 210 pounds.
Yeah, that's fast for a guy that size, man. Jeez.
He just like flies.
Yeah.
But again, he went into smaller school and that, so we'll see what happens there with it. But you've got guys out there that you can draft on there in this draft wise. There's a lot of good receivers. I mean, again, you've got both the kids from Ohio State are around a 4.4 or sub 4.40. So you got a lot. Garrett Wilson's not going to make it to you at 30 or 29 on there. He'll be taken in the first 12 picks on there, but Olave may fall to you. Christian Watson may fall to you. Or do you go a chance and take the kid out of Arkansas who had a terrible combine, but if you watch the game film, he plays a lot faster game speed than he did at the combine.
No, right.
He was pulling away from defensive backs, and he's a monster too. At 6'3", 2.25. Yeah, he ran a 4.55 40. Yeah, that's slow for, it's supposed to be a burner on there. But 4.55 is not super slow for receiver wise.
No.
I know you could say, I mean, especially somebody that size, it's still faster than a lot of guys out there. And again, he plays so much bigger. He's a big man, and he plays faster than what he does. And look what he did against Alabama. He lit up Alabama for 179 yards and like 2 touchdowns in that game under. So you've got options there. And as I said, if anybody I feel positive about on there is that the Rams signing Allen Robinson. I don't understand that one. Okay, you trade Robert. I would have kept Robert Woods instead of signing Allen Robinson.
Sure.
I mean, you get Woods. I mean, Tennessee gets him for what, a 6th rounder or something ridiculous. Like, the only reason I know the Lions didn't jump on it because he's 30 years old. We don't need a 30-year-old receiver. I mean, Robert Woods. I mean, we're too far away from when he. And even Allen Robinson, only 28. He doesn't have any separation. You know what? Need to get some young guys out there, and we'll see with that. But yeah, locally here, everybody's bitching and moaning about why do they do this? Why do they do dudes? What again? Do you have any concept of reality?
Yeah, no, you've got no free agent options. There's no real quarterback options in this draft. There's no real big name free agents that you're going to bring in here for any real reason. You don't have a whole lot of trade capital unless you're going to move up and down or around in the draft. So what you have to do now is pick the right guys.
Right.
That's it. It's just, that's all you got.
You know what you need? What do you need on there? You need defensive end. You need an edge rusher.
All right.
You need linebackers. You need a safety. You need receivers. Gee, what's good? This draft is good at drafting all four.
Of those, yeah. Well, that's the whole thing, too. And that's the fortunate part, if you really think about this, Moose. And we'll break this down a little bit more on the other side because I know we got NBA and NHL that we want to get into. But, this can be a can of worms here, and I don't mind opening it up. But this is one of the few drafts where you have that situation.
Right.
And that you don't need to, do something dumb and reach for something that isn't there, because every draft teams do that.
Right.
So for once in your effing life, be the recipient of somebody else's stupidity instead of the other effing way around.
Right. You know what? Let's take advantage of the Giants' stupidity. You know what? If we can get the 5 and 7 for the 2, jump at it.
Right.
Because guess what? Then you're going to be able to fit a defensive end and a safety, or a defensive player and your receiver, and you're all set. You can get everything you get. If you can move down just 5 and 7 or 4 and 10 with the Jets, you can get the guys that you want.
This is the draft where I want the most picks.
I want starters on here.
Yeah.
I want your you bet your first. I want your 1, 2, 3, 5 picks on here. I better see 5 starters.
Well, and this is the thing. That's
just the first 3 rounds. You've got 5 in the first 100 picks,
and that sounds insane, like lofty goals and all that stuff. But that's what you need right now.
Right.
And typically teams don't hit that many starters that in a row that quick like that. But when you have that many picks, I don't expect them to go the first 5 are the first 5 and they start and they're impactful. But the team is bad enough that it could be, and that if you make the right picks, you should be able to do that. But as long as they draft well in the later rounds,
yes,
as well. To me, okay, would I love you to hit all the first 2 rounds, hit every pick every time? Yes, I would. But all the great teams hit in the 3rd through 5th round.
Right. And the only thing, I think we don't have a 4th rounder this year, and a 5th round's a compensatory, so it's a late 5th rounder. So we'll see. But yeah, if the 3rd round's, you better on it. But if you can hit, say, out of your 9 picks on there, and you get lucky, you get half of them are starters, and the other 5 or so are just good role players that come in there depth-wise, I'll take it as a win on there.
Yeah.
But again, I need to see we need to make an impactful defensive end. We need to get an impactful receiver, and we need a starter at linebacker and safety.
Yeah.
I don't care if it comes in the 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round, or 5th or 6th round. I don't care.
Well, and that's the thing too. With a draft like this, you can get some value. So, all right, let's take a quick break a little early, Moose.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of the mock draft breakdowns a little bit before we hit the NBA and the NHL.
Okay.
Sound like a plan?
We'll get into that. We'll get into a little bit of mock drafting and have a little fun with that. Again, we are DSR2 Studio 57 Radio.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And if Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't really on. Check that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, Scrappy here to tell you about That Radio Show. Hang with me as I break down the world of entertainment with great guests, celebrity interviews, awesome games with wonderful prizes. Also, we've got the biggest library of underground hip-hop of any station on the net. You mix in a little stand-up comedy and a text line so your voice can be heard, and you got a pretty good little show. But add listener-controlled programming? Yeah, you heard me. Listener-controlled programming, where you, the listener, can decide what makes it on the air. And now you've got the greatest show ever created. So join my show, your show, our show, the people's show, That Radio Show, each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only here on Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, this is your boy Big D, here to tell you about Mark for Life Tattoos. Guys, this place is the cleanest, most laid-back studio in Metro Detroit, and the artists are top-notch. And if you're like me from the D, you need to stop in on Fridays for that D-Day and get your Old English D for only $20. Not interested in tattoos? Mark for Life does body piercings. Mark for Life is located at 22533 Van Dyke in Warren, and the guys are there 7 days a week from noon to 9. So give them a call at 757-2222. That's 586-757-2222. Tell them Studio 57 sent you and get 20% off. So what are you waiting for? Call them now.
Hey everybody, Smokey here to tell you about Allstate. With winter fast approaching, the most important thing between you and the road is your tires. So don't put your safety in just anybody's hands. Go to Allstate Tire. With new and quality used tires available, you can trust Allstate Tire for all your tire needs. You can visit them at 14208 9 Mile Road in Warren, or give them a call at 586-779-8759. Allstate Tire, your source for quality new and used tires.
What's happening, everybody? Scrappy here to tell you about Love and Life Club. Love and Life Club is a social networking club that's located at 19960 James Cousins. That's a large service drive between 7 and 8 Mile Road in the D. You need to stop in for $5 Fridays for great music, food, and drinks. I personally recommend the chicken. Love and Life Club is also available for rental for bachelor parties, wedding receptions, or any party for that matter. For more information, log on to www.loveandlifeclub.com. That's loveandlifeclub.com, or call D at 313-999-2824. That's 313-999-2824. That's Love and Life Club. If you're loving life, you need to be in the club.
We are taking over this broadcast for the ultimate underground.
Studio 57 Radio Original. You know, when you hear that sound, you're gonna have a good time, because that's the sound of the Ultimate Underground live concert webcast from the Detroit area. We go to the most famous, or should I say infamous, venues in the D, and bring the underground music scene from the streets to your computer like nobody else can. There's only one catch. You never know when and where the Ultimate Underground is going to take over a broad. So you need to stay tuned to Studio 57 Radio all day, every day, for clues on when and where the next Ultimate Underground may happen. Now, there's no other station on the net that's going to give you this live webcast of some of the hottest artists in the D. That's the Ultimate Underground live on your home for hip-hop, rock and metal, Studio 57 Radio, baby.
Goodbye.
You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving straight to the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. Studio 57 is a 32-track digital recording studio that utilizes Cool Edit, Logic Pro, Shure, AKG, Sennheiser, Yamaha, Korg, Mackie, Boss, Ibanez, Fender, Fruity Loops, and many, many more to make your music pop. Experienced and friendly engineers make Studio 57 feel like you're home away from home. With beat creation, mixing, mastering, digital media conversion, and DJs for any event, Studio Studio 57 Records is your one-stop shop for all your music entertainment needs. We have online bill pay and flexible payment schedules. That makes Studio 57 the place to be. For more information, visit Studio57records.com. That's www.studio57records.com. Or call us at 586-420-3390. That's 586-420-3390. Or log on to Studio57records.com. And just remember one thing, baby. You get what you want because we got what you need. Studio 57 serving straight to the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. You get what you want because we got what you need. Studio 57 serving straight to the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And if Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't really on. Check that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
All right, Rebels, we are back at this thing again for hour 2 of DSR2. We are going to get into a little, mock draft type stuff, just a little bit, and then we'll get into some NBA, NHL. Of course, we talked tournament heavy in the first hour. And let's just get into this thing. So without further ado, let's get into hour 2 of DSR2. I am Scrappy, and here's Johnny the Moose.
Hey, we're back here for the second hour of DSR2 on this rather, weird Wednesday, kind of cold, kind of blustery. Just had a roll of thunderstorms come through here. We'll see about later on. Thank God no tornadoes and that.
Yeah, right.
So all you people down south in Texas and New Orleans and that, our thoughts and prayers go out to you guys, especially you guys in the 9th Ward of New Orleans there. Dude, you've had every raw deal handed out to you, man. You get Katrina, you get Isaac, you get all that on there. Now you get a damn class hurricane or tornado EF3 going through you.
Well, and they're talking about Tornado Alley is shifting east, so that's
going to be more and more where you're going to see in Mississippi and Louisiana and all that.
That's a little scary thought. So. Anyway.
So all that. So we got lots here to talk about, and I'm going to give a special shout out to my daughter Allison. Why I wasn't here last week? They finally had her award ceremony for volleyball. She got her varsity letter as a junior. Got her academic varsity letter already on there, so that's her. But she's got her letter for softball. But she got varsity letter, academic letter, all conference honorable mention. Yay. And they had the mock on her. She won the best serve on her, which her serves are deadly as hell. So congratulations, my daughter. One of my two daughters on there. They're both great and everything with it. So congratulations to her. And we start softball maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
Busy daddy.
Busy daddy on there, so I'm proud of them. So, as we said, we got some mock drafts go on there. We got NCAA, we got more of NFL action going on there. We got NHL, is NBA action going on there with it. Good news is Lakers keep tanking. Yeah, they're beating up crap team once in a while, but
yeah, they're bad.
Love it.
They're bad. Yeah, we'll get into the NBA because there's some This is a pretty wild game right now. So I don't know if you've been watching some of these games as of late, but they've been. We talked about
Craziness,
dude.
50-point scores,
50 burgers, 60 burgers, back-to-back burgers. I mean, there's just burgers everywhere, dude. It's burgers.
Bay going
burgers.
for 51 last week.
Yeah, you think it's a White Castle the way they're flipping these burgers. So, we'll get into that too. But we were talking a little bit about the draft, and I just want to kind of carry over a little bit into this going forward. All these mock drafts crack me the F up because they are trying to shoehorn a quarterback in a situation where there's no quarterback in there. The stuff that we talk about, and let's be clear, we kind of, we are Detroit sports radio rebels, so we are eccentric to our team, but really the strategy this year is sound for everybody to not go for a quarterback like this. I love it. If you're a Detroit fan or you're a fan of any other team that doesn't need a quarterback or doesn't, at least right now, you love this draft. Let these idiots move up to these top 3 or 5 picks to get a quarterback and reach for a quarterback. Let them, because because I'm gonna hold a king's ransom for something you don't even know what you're doing, and I'm gonna fill out a squad because, like you said, you could probably put 5 different positions on your team and get a quality starter, if not a quality contributor.
Right. Oh, yeah, you definitely will make on there. And again, I just don't see. They keep trying to shoot, as you said, they keep trying to shoehorn the quarterback to us at number 2. Dude, we're not taking a quarterback at 2. We're not taking a quarterback at 32. It's not happening this year.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I think that's a sound strategy for anybody.
Yes.
Is there a single team that's in the market for a quarterback that should be,
looking at these guys?
Yeah, in a top 5 or 10 manner.
Especially what's coming out next year, possibly.
Honestly, I don't see a first-round quarterback.
No, there shouldn't be. None of these quarterbacks are first-round worthy.
It's just my opinion.
No, I'm with you 100% on there. And I'm not sold on, I know Jacksonville's like, Jacksonville's taking Hutchinson. I'm not sold on them taking Hutchinson at number 1.
Well, that was my next question. Is that number 1? And then if you are stuck at number 2, do you take him at 2?
If Hutchinson's at 2, I probably take Hutchinson at 2 because it's the safest pick on there, and it's a point of need.
I tend to agree. It just makes me wonder who's number 1 at this point.
They got Hutchinson. CBS says Hutchinson number 1. I would probably take, again, if I'm Jacksonville under, you still need, I know they got Cam Robinson, they franchised him and that. You know what? I'm still going after Akeem Elkwanu from North Carolina State, the big offensive lineman on there. Because again, Robinson's still not your answer long term, and even if you get a Wanu on there the first year or so or 2 years on there, let him play guard and basically still keep your damn franchise quarterback upright. That's your point of need. It's not getting a defensive rush passer. You need to keep that quarterback protected. And what is it? Get him a tackle, and if he's you already got 2 tackles, then put him at guard till what? Cam Robinson is not going to be there long term.
Can't you get a guard or a tackle later? And then still get that edge rusher.
Well, maybe you might move. I don't know why they franchised Robinson again on there. He's a nice tackler, and he's not franchise worthy on that. So I don't understand that. If you were I would personally said if you're going to spend that kind of money, you should have went after Armstead from New Orleans, what Miami did.
Right. Miami's
that would have made a better move. Is just let Robinson go. You get Armstead in, and then you go from there because I think Armstead's a better tackle than Robinson is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
you're already franchising him, so you're already paying him buku money for at least this year. Screw it, with there. If I'm stuck at 2 on there, then I probably are going to reach a little bit, and I'm taking Trayvon Walker out of Georgia, the defensive end. Kyle Hamilton, I don't know, something. I'm not taking a safety at 2.
Right.
I'm trying to trade down. I mean, best
Yeah,
case is,
that's to me.
you know what?
yeah.
Maybe I try to trade down with, Atlanta and get, the number 8 and get like a second and a third rounder this year. And then you got 2 2s, 2 3, 3 3s, and you move to 8, and you could still get, basically Walker at number 8. I think, or worst case scenario, you get on there. But that's what I would do. Everybody's like loving in Jordan Davis. Yes, he's a big man. He is a monster of a man. He had a great combine. But remember, he played at 360 pounds, and he ran at the combine 340. They wanted him to get down to 340 all season long, and he couldn't do it.
Right.
He did it during the offseason when he was training on there. I don't know if there's going to be that again. He'll put that weight back on, and he's going to lose that explosiveness right off on there.
Well, I
And
think
he's a defensive tackle. I'm not. You know what? I'm not taking a tackle at 2. A defensive a tackle,
right.
nose tackle.
Yeah.
I'm trading down, or I'm taking. You know what? If I got Hutchinson on there, Thibodeau gives me the red flag because I don't know if he really loves the game.
Well, see, I wouldn't see when that stuff's in question. That kind of
That red flags me more than anything else.
yeah, it does. It does.
But I would trade down on there. And again, if you're on there, and again, whether you get Walker or you know what, you trade down, you can get Jermaine Johnson from Florida State on there. I would have said trade down, get on there, and get Ajebo, but he blew out his Achilles. So I mean, if you're a team that's pretty good and you pick him up, you could get Ajebo in the second round. Let him sit for a year, and then you get a diamond in the rough.
Right.
He's not coming back this year on there. It's going to be a year on there, and you get with that on that. But yeah, I'm trading. If I can, I'm going to try to trade down. Hopefully you find somebody that wants to trade down for you.
Right.
And if you can get whether it's the Giants or the Jets or even basically is Atlanta or Philly or something, I'm going to try to trade down. If I can get the 15 and 16 and not in a second round from Philly and have them move up to 2 and I'm moving down to 15 and 16, I'm jumping at it because I could fill out basically a still defensive end.
Right.
I can get my linebacker and I can get my safety all in the first round.
Yeah.
And then I got basically the second round. I'll have 2 number 2, but if it's Atlanta, then I'm taking Walker at number 8, and then basically I'll take with the best player available that I need at number 32, 34, and wherever Atlanta's drafting in the second round, I think 39 or something like that. Then I'm filling all the pieces I need in there.
In a perfect world, right?
There's too many guys out there for the positions that we need that will be available in the first, second, and third rounds this year.
Yep. It's going to be very crucial for them this year to hit on those rounds. We talk about the later rounds being critical for long-term success, but right now they just need to get something on the field. And so like you said, they got to really hit, 5 for 5, 4 for 5 on starters here in their first 5 picks. So
if they hit 4 out of their 5 first picks on here, I'm jumping through hoops. On a realistic on here, you're looking at 3 out of 5 on
Sure.
here. But if you can hit 4 out of 5, holy crap! I mean, this be jumping through. But yeah, this is not a year to be jumping at for quarterbacks.
no, doesn't make any sense. Not from anybody's standpoint.
There's not
really.
one quarterback that's worth taking at number in the first round. Period.
So, alrighty.
Any other year, these guys would all be second and third round players at best.
Sure, absolutely. All right, from NFL draft to NBA playoffs, as we try to round out this season here. Moose, you said it earlier, the Lakers keep losing. Yay. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. No, it's just kind of is what it is at this point. I'm looking at some of these other teams. This is the one thing that kind of bothers me, that the Kyrie thing is still a story here. Like we're talking about when he can play and what he can do. And why are we not talking about, he could be playing these games, but he's a douchebag.
Right.
Why is that not the story when it comes to Kyrie?
It's all about him, not the team.
Yeah, it's like, why are we not?
Do I want him as a teammate? Hell no. I
wouldn't.
want him.
I
No.
wouldn't want him.
You can't be there for me when I need you all season long, and you want to get. Now you're coming in there because the rule, basically is everything's. We're kind of getting through this on there, and now they're easing up on the restrictions and the mandates and all that. Now screw it. Where were you from day one? Well, I didn't want to get the shot. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Get the damn shot. What's more important? You? Obviously, it's you, not the team.
Yeah, because everybody else on the team
got the damn shot.
You're the only one. Dude, look at yourself. You're not just the only one on the team. You're the only one in the league.
Yes.
The only one in the league. You're the only lone holdout in the league.
Right.
You're the only douchebag in the entire league.
Regarding this, because there's lots of douchebags.
Yeah. Oh, no. Like, most athletes are douchebags.
Yes.
But we're talking on...
Regarding this? Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about to each other and
Is this
regarding
from this argument on there?
Sure.
Yes, he is the biggest. He is the only and the biggest douchebag out there.
Yeah.
That's not even close.
No.
No, if I'm on that team, I'm like, you know what? I can't wait to get off this team.
Yeah.
Well, you look at Harding, goes like,
yeah, I
God,
don't blame
I
him. I don't blame him for wanting out.
With that, so we got
he should have knew that shit was coming. He should have known how crazy that dude was.
Yeah.
He should have known this guy was going to be a head case in some shape or form, and shouldn't have signed long term there. So part of that's on Harden, but I don't blame him for leaving. That's a fact.
No.
That guy. I mean, it's you know what he's like. You know what? Not my. What is that? Not my monkeys. Not my circus. I'm out.
Yeah,
he didn't want no part of that.
You look at Brooklyn on there. They've got that douchebag, and they've got Ben Simmons with his bad back.
Yeah, well, the thing with the back is you just never know when it's ever going to be like a good back, and it just seems like they need to get him on the floor before the playoffs start for at least a couple of games and kind of get his legs under him a little bit. You're going to use him more as a defensive player, and he's going to be limited at certain times on the floor. He won't be there in the closing minutes, things like that. So you can continue to practice and work on things without him being there, and just hope that he can come in and be a defensive presence, and stay healthy through whatever playoff run they can muster. And I think that's really what you're looking at. That's what they're playing. They're like, you know what? He's probably saying, hey, I could probably play, 10, 15 minutes a game right now if you wanted me to, and they're like, no, we'll wait because that's what we're going to do with you ultimately anyway, is just try to get 10, 15 minutes
some wins on there because right now as in the play-in scenario. So even if they're like, they would play, they're 8, they played 9, they play Charlotte. So the winner of that, then they would play essentially is they played the number 2 seed, which is Milwaukee.
Yeah.
They're not beating Milwaukee.
No. Nobody's touching Milwaukee. You see what they did to Chicago last night?
Yeah. Destroyed them.
Yeah. I mean, the Celtics maybe, but
maybe Boston the way they're playing on there right now. But yeah, I don't even know if I want to play Boston right now the way Tatum's been playing.
Yeah, well, he's a beast. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, Milwaukee, hell no.
Yeah.
You look at the way what they're doing now. Yeah.
I don't think anybody can beat. Like I said, right now it's Milwaukee and everybody else over there. In my opinion,
Bulls have finally the waters hit their level and they're starting to fall back to where they should be.
Did a great story. I love what they're doing. Like they're just a player away.
Yeah,
probably. But I just don't know if that's someone that they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna. The NBA free agency is weird. Yeah, and it's kind of hard to. I don't know if Chicago is gonna draw anybody. So. They're kind of left to drafting somebody, and I just don't see that being a scenario either. So they're kind of always going to be in that purgatory where they kind of either under or overachieve, but never quite get out of that same zone where they're just not quite over the top. So
we'll look on there. I know off-season wise, when it comes down there, is Portland's starting to speak some interest, at least about interest in Jeremy Grant.
Right,
but. I don't know if they're going to keep Damian Lillard, and if they move Lillard, then again, why would they go after Grant and just go in a rebuild mode?
Yeah, I don't know
on there. But if they want Grant, fine. I know they've got a lottery protected pick when they traded McCollum on there. I think it's if it's a top 5 or if it's from like 5 to 15, they keep it. If it's lower than 5. I think Houston gets it on there. So
okay.
and on there, so we'll see on there. But yeah, it'd be amazing if we can have 2 lottery picks.
Yeah, right. Jeez.
And get that on there. We'll see on that with there. But yeah, look, Phoenix, we said, is they just need to tread water, and lo and behold, they're up 9 games now in the West.
Yeah, the Phoenix is they're the team to me in the West as well. You're gonna have is that not what we had last year, Milwaukee and Phoenix, right? Yeah. I think we're destined for. It feels like we're destined for a rematch, but
Golden State's gonna be hurting because.
Well, they can't keep all their guys on the floor at the same time.
I mean now you've
and
got
right now
Steph is out for a couple of weeks on there, and
yeah, and they're going to be sitting everybody. So if you're going to watch them tonight, because I think they're supposed to be on tonight, don't even bother because they're sitting everybody else too. Because I think they're like on. I think it's night. I think it's the second. It's night 2 of a back-to-back. So that means Clay and Draymond won't play either. So that'll be a skeleton of its former self there. But if all those 3 guys are healthy and playing well, there's still a tough there's still a tough out. But I that's not it for me. When I look at the West, I just don't see a lot of. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people better than Phoenix. I mean, Utah maybe is like a dark horse, like sneaky team
team on there.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Because
to me, I feel like we're destined
Chris Paul
for a
getting
rematch.
like this period of time off, he's going to walk in with fresh slates.
If they're playing this well without him, and he comes in healthy and fresh, and can stay healthy throughout the playoffs, they could have won it last year.
Right.
That to me, that could be your favorite. You could have a rematch, and then it could go the other way. And then now what? Now you want a rubber match.
Right. You need the rubber match.
So. I don't know if that's what we're going to get, but the drama would be kind of cool. And you know what it would be? It would be the drama that the NBA always says that they want, but it just won't be in the markets that they want it in.
Right.
And so, shut up and take it.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned. And I like seeing something that's a little bit different.
Your hoop geeks such as, we're sport geeks on here. So, with a Phoenix and Milwaukee matchup, fuck yeah.
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 Yeah,
I follow hoops. I'm going to be attention on it.
Yeah, no, it was good last year.
It was a great matchup last year.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see it this year.
Do I want the rematch on it? And if Phoenix wins, damn it, I need that rubber match.
Yeah. I want the rematch. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be mad if I saw somebody else either. Don't get it twisted.
No, I'm not mad if it's Memphis, Golden State, or Utah, or Dallas. Even I'm not going to be mad.
Right.
And the same thing if it's Miami or the Sixers or Boston, I'm not going to be mad either.
Dallas is another dark horse, like sneaky one, man. I don't think anybody wants to play Dallas in the playoffs.
I don't think anybody wants to play against Luka.
Yeah, I mean he's just an animal in the playoffs, and he's a guy that I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to mess with that man if he's on the fire. So yeah, there's some teams, but in the end, I'm still looking at a rematch, and I would love to see Phoenix win it because, like I said, then we're be craving the rubber match, and that's an interesting conundrum. So. We'll see how it all plays out, but I can't wait. I like the NBA this year. These games are out of control though, dude. 160-point games, 50 burgers, 60 burgers. These guys are chucking up threes at a crazy rate. Very efficient. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah, Celtics are taking it to the Jazz
game.
right now. They're up 103-77.
Damn, see what I'm saying? Like
Donovan Mitchell's off for 35 points, and they are down by 26.
Holy jeez.
We got that. Nets and the Grizzlies are tied at 98. Warriors are actually beating the Heat right now, 81-80.
Damn.
Jordan Poole's got 21 points, 6 assists, 4 boards. Suns are losing to the Timberwolves. Don't worry, it's halftime.
Yeah, they got plenty of time. You're sure.
on there. But actually, to find the Timberwolves are actually starting to play a little better.
Yeah, they are. They
That's
are.
what- they should. Jesus, how many number one picks are they going to have?
Right? Like 482,000.
Pistons won to beat the Hawks 122-101.
I watched the Hawks.
That's a team I just
Knicks
am
last night.
That has got to be the most disappointing team this year. After watching them, especially last year, and making that run in the Heat in the playoffs and that.
It was so weird. Like I was the Hawks and the Knicks was it last night? It's just so weird the way that they play. Like they chuck up some of the weirdest shots. I don't know if I see this as every team, but it has a baseball feel, right? Where like the philosophy with hitters is to go to the bat and swing at everything, swing for the fences. And if I strike out 1,000,001 times, it won't matter because I'll connect at some point.
Right.
And I feel like that these guys are chucking up threes like cats are trying to hit home runs in baseball, where you have a record strikeouts going on throughout the league. You're having guys just chucking up stupid ass shots.
Yes.
And airmailing stuff and everything else. So like I'm all for the 3-ball. We talked about it before. I'm cool with it changing the game. I'm cool with I love having it as a weapon. I'm not like old school like that. I don't think it. But it's gotten to the point where cats are shooting from the logo just to shoot from the logo, like they're good, and they're not even close.
No,
they're missing 16-footers. What are you trying to shoot one for 60 for? It doesn't make any sense. And so, I'm a little fuddy-duddy about some of that stuff, but we've had some really good performances like this last couple of weeks. Really,
yeah.
I mean, we like with the 50 burgers and the 60
yeah,
burgers.
51 points by by Sadiq Bey, and he was ridiculous. He was like 10 out of 14 from 3-point land. Too.
Yeah.
It was like holy crap.
Well, I didn't expect to see that out of a Piston.
Not out of Sadiq Bey. It made me on it. Cade Cunningham tonight had 17 points, 8 assists, 5 boards. Guess what his plus minus was? Plus 43.
Wow.
To be on the court on there for basically for 35 minutes, and you're a plus 43. What do you do? Pick guys, steal every pass on there, or just they basically start to get it up there and he just block everything, or what?
I don't know.
Plus, Grant was plus 20. Bay was actually minus 1. Stewart was plus 16. Joseph was plus 18. But yeah, it's holy crap. They beat the crap out of him in the second half.
Yeah.
It was a tight game at halftime. It was like was it 51-59, and then they outscored them by 7 in the third and 6 in the fourth. So
well, Orlando is the only like franchise in like NBA history to give up back-to-back burgers in games. They gave up a 60 and 50.
Yeah.
And then who was that Detroit put that 50 on? Was that Orlando?
I think that was Orlando.
I want to know how many 50-point games to individual players Orlando gave up this year.
I bet you it's probably 4.
At least. I feel like I had 2 like last week.
All right, let's see.
That's crazy. I bet you it's something like 6.
We're going to Google it.
Yeah, let's see if we can Google that, if that comes up on the ye old Google machine. Because, I think I'd set the if you set the over-under at 5 and you go under, I go over. I still think I might be out of my mind, but it feels like there was quite a few. Now we're looking at 50-plus, guys. Our burgers are all 50-plus. 40's nice, but
there's been 8 50-point games.
Thank you.
No, in the NBA just in March.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's crazy. How many does Orlando have this year? 8 just in March in the NBA. That's a lot, dude.
That's huge.
That's a lot. It felt like there was a ton of them. I always just thought that
6 different players have gone there, but yeah, let's see here.
Oh, 6?
6 different players for 50-point games.
Wow. See, I was right on the money. That's crazy.
And they're
and the
had
NBA
40 minutes or less on there, and they said they would have had 9 because Jason Tatum had a 50-point game in 41 minutes. So,
Oh, right. Yeah, that went to overtime. Yeah. That was a crazy game, but yeah, didn't that game to go overtime? Yeah.
yeah, they're
I think it did. Anyway. That's too funny. That's it's just the way the game's going, man. You can really open up. But when you see some of these sloppy shots and some of the sloppy play, I'm not down for that. I don't want to watch an All-Star game. You know, that's why we don't like the All-Star game, because it's so sloppy.
This year was like 163 to 160. And I got an argument over that. Like, what do you mean? I thought you didn't watch it. Well, why do you say it's garbage? Because I've seen the highlights and I looked at the box score. If you're scoring 323 points in regulation, means what does that tell you? No freaking defense.
Yeah, people just ran up and down the court and
So don't give me this crap
slamming,
on
or
it,
they were
dude.
just
I don't
chucking
need to
up
watch
threes.
the game to know it was terrible.
Yeah.
Jackass.
Yeah, no, you can learn a lot from the. I mean, there are games that don't do it. The stat sheet doesn't do it justice, but the All-Star game was not the case. Never is in the NBA.
Yes.
The NBA All-Star game's got to be one of the worst. So yeah. Anyway, when it comes to competition, it's not even. It's not even. So my neck is so stiff today. Gosh. So yeah, I don't. There's some compelling matchups that'll be coming in the playoffs. I think the NBA playoffs will be fun this year, especially when LeBron and all them, aren't a part of the party. It'll be nice to. I'm always happier with the way they showcase some of the other talent when LeBron isn't in the picture.
They're only at 3 50-point games. Orlando's given up. Spurs have given up like 3 as well.
Oh, okay.
On there. So, yeah. I mean, the Spurs, Spurs given up 60 points in the Towns and a couple other games where they've given up over 50 points.
Just so many burgers. They're just handing out burgers like a hot and, it's awesome.
But, yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, the Spurs have given up 3 as well. They're terrible at defense-wise. Ugh.
Yeah, but Orlando gave up
4 games. MB also had 50 burger against them. So they've given up 4 games with 50-plus points.
Orlando had 2 back-to-back, I think, or something. 2 back-to-back games.
Yeah, I mean they had Jaylen Brown had 50 against them in January. Embiid had 50 against them in January, 51 against them in the March 17th, and then they gave up another 50 burger. I mean, Jesus,
nuts. So that's the way the game. It's crazy, man. It's cool. It's fun. I get it. But yeah, pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, most of the season it was okay, and all of a sudden this like March is like, where's your defense going?
Yeah,
I mean,
what's
it's
going
just,
on?
ridiculous.
So hopefully we get back to it here in the playoffs, but because there's going to be some cool matchups. I think some really good matchups. Anyway, speaking of good matchups, there's always good matchups in the NHL. I expect a great playoff, but man, I don't see a whole lot of teams in the East that could, I don't know how they stand up against the West. But
well, I mean, the West really, you've
I
got
know I know everybody's chasing Colorado right now.
Yeah,
but
Colorado's got 95 points, so they're leading all teams out there. And then in the West, you've got Calgary at 84. But if you're looking at the East-wise, we've got a couple teams. Panthers are at 90, Hurricanes at 90 points, Penguins are 87, Rangers are at 85, Tampa's at 84.
the Penguins have no business at 87
God,
either.
No way. They don't.
I don't know how that they've won. I don't know how that they get away with. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Ovechkin, though, very close to breaking some Gretzky records.
He's still like 200 goal. I mean, he's still like 100 something.
You got like, you're talking if he plays,
He's a couple years.
if he plays 3 years,
I think he just passed, or he's on the point of passing Yager for second all time or third all time.
He's looking at like 3 years probably of solid play, and he, where he's at now, roughly ish, and he'll get there.
Yeah, he'll get there for goals. He won't get there in points because
because the assists that Gretzky
has more assists than Gordie Howe has in points.
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
Yep. Yeah, you could take his points right off the board, and he'd still be number one.
And he's still the number one scorer of all time.
Yeah.
Of course, then again, in the 80s, I mean, me and you could play with that Edmonton on there and scored 100 points. I mean, come on, I got to just clog up the middle and just.
You're right.
On that.
Too silly.
I mean, if you didn't score 100 points with Edmonton on there, then there's something wrong with you. I mean, I'm old enough on there. That was the best offensive team I've ever seen play. I mean, because you had everybody. I mean, they were so loaded. Gretzky, Messier, Curry. I mean, it was just like coffee. I mean, it was just like everybody. And you had your enforcer with Semenko and on there, and of course the only team they didn't want to fight with was the Wings on there because you had Kosher and Probert.
Yeah,
you didn't want any piece of those two. They beat up your whole team.
Yeah, because they'd be all coked out. At least Probert.
Probert was with it, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, Ovechkin's got 40 goals already this year.
Yeah.
At age 36. He doesn't even seem to be slowing down.
No, he doesn't. So I'm saying, I think he's going to be on the cusp of that thing here in a few years.
He's still better than a point a game guy.
Yeah.
76 points, and he's holy crap, that's pretty damn good. But let's see, Ovechkin's lifetime.
Yeah. I just think she's got it going on right now, and I expect him to kind of break that record, but at some point.
770 goals, 626 assists. He's got 1396. So he's not. I mean, yes, he will probably catch Gretzky for most goals on there. Yeah, he's got 1,400, roughly just under 1,400 points in 1,260 games on there.
Sure.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. I mean, we're not going to confuse him for the great one, but it's just, I don't know. I just thought it was a neat little stat there. That we'll be looking forward to as these years go forward, because Ovechkin's going to be fun to watch in these playoffs, and we always get measured. These guys always get measured on championships, and it took him forever to kind of get to that one, but he did get there.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. But this year, man, like I said, I like the Lightning still to be in this mix. Obviously, everybody's chasing Colorado, but you touched on it a little bit earlier, Moose, too. From a local standpoint, though, I'm looking forward to, how things kind of mature next year for us, Red Wings-wise. But before we get into that, because there'll be time for that, I'm not sure what hockey does that makes it so ramped up in the playoffs, but I really enjoy it. So as much as I don't, we catch highlights and stats probably more of hockey than anything through the regular season. I love watching me some playoff hockey.
I love
the
playoff hockey. There's nothing better on it. And again, as we're going to say it again, it is the hardest championship to win.
Yeah.
When it comes to playoff time,
yeah.
You have to win 16 times in essentially a month and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on the road, you're playing every other day, and it's just like, holy crap. I mean, you're getting, especially if you get overtime games and everything with that, it's like you get some long series. I mean, you could get you could play essentially almost half a freaking season.
I know, right?
In the playoffs, and that's what's great about this on there. So, with it, and But yeah, I mean the Wings on there, yeah, they're going to fall short of the playoffs. But you see pluses in that. You definitely see some pluses on this team. Wise is they're better than they've been in years on there. They've definitely got some more scoring there, and we've got guys that will be coming up. I think they're going to have to still shore up the defense wise and shore up goaltending wise. You've got to get some better goaltending with it, because there was a period where we're giving up like 7 goals. I was like, come on, guys. But you know what? You get with the way you see what Raymond's done, and especially Sider. Sider's not hit that wall.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Yeah, he's an animal.
I mean, here's a guy that you thought, oh, we'll be happy we get 12 to 15 minutes a game out of him, and he's averaging he's averaging 23 minutes a game as a rookie. And he's putting hits on there. You're like, Jesus, he's just a monster.
Well, and that's what they need right now.
He is the physical defenseman we've been waiting for our entire lives.
I'm telling you.
We've always, we need that big guy in the blue line to just kill people on there. And yes, we had, with, Konstantinov, he wasn't the biggest guy, but man, he was like literally, 6 foot, 190 pounds of freaking barbed wire. He'd kill you on there. And it's like, holy crap. But then you got Sider now. It's, again, 6'4", 200 pounds. I mean, he's 20 years old. One of the guys they got over in Europe, he's a forward. He's 6'8" without his skates.
That's so insane.
You put him in front of the goal on skates. He's 7 foot almost.
Having a guy that big. With the dexterity
Jesus.
to play hockey at all in any realm of any world.
We've always said,
freakish thing.
Chara at 6'9", or
It's amazing. There's just
what's his name? We used to be with the Blues. We used to Joe Pronger, Frankenstein with the bolts in his neck. He was 6'6" or 6'7", and you got a forward at 6'8". Oh my God! Put him in front of the net. You're going, what the hell? Man?
I know.
What is there, an eclipse? Because the sun just got blocked out.
Goalie's like, I can't see anything by you, so you better take one for the team here.
That goalie, just get some guys 6'4", 400 pounds, and just plop them in front of the net.
Yeah, just.
Do I have to move? No, just slay there. Just it'll hit you, but it's all fast, so you don't even have to move your gloves. You just
little side to side action, a little fucking just kind of pin your hands out like the Weekend at Bernie's, and on a string and stuff.
There's nothing in the rule book that says a walrus can't play goalie.
There you go. And there you go. No need for oversized pads. Yeah, you heard me right. I said it. Anyway.
So we got a little craziness going on. We got the trades going on. We talked about that. Craziness going in with announcers. I mean, now with Joe, with Buck and Aikman now at ESPN. Thank God we don't have to see Steve Levy there anymore.
Yeah.
Just get some better games. At least you got a better announcing crew.
That's Aikman. It's Aikman for the Monday night.
Aikman for the Monday night. Joe Buck for the Monday night.
That's a big get because
Herb Street goes to Amazon and does the Thursday night games with Al Michaels, but he's still going to do the college games with ESPN.
Interesting.
And then it's Tirico and Collingsworth doing the Sunday nights, and I have no idea who's taking over for the number 1 slot at Fox.
Interesting. Hey, it's still a lot better lineup than they ran out there the last couple of years.
Oh, for Monday night? God, yes. You can't get any worse.
Remember when Monday night was always had the best
premier
team.
Game. You had the premier. I mean, it was, of course, especially that whole ABC run. It was the premier game. That was the premier game on there. You better have a winning record on there to get Monday night, because you're not getting, if you're Alliance, you're not getting a Monday night game.
I blame Dennis Miller. Not him specifically, but whoever decided. Yeah, and started saying, okay, let's put all these idiots in the booth. You know what I mean?
Dennis Miller or Rush Limbaugh in the studio.
Right. They've put crazy. It's just weird. I don't know. It's just who decided who's going to put who where? No. Just get the best guys at what they do and put them in this position. Don't try to get cute and do it. Doesn't usually work. It just doesn't usually work. So I don't know. it's goofy. It's a goofy thing. And now,
I'm just curious on for Fox, who's going to take over for the number 1 slot.
yeah,
Are they going to move Kevin Harlan up to the number 1 slot, or is that would make the most sense?
I was about to
I
say,
think he's our
who
number
else?
2 guy.
yeah, right. Who else?
I don't think it's Gus Johnson. I don't think he's more of a college guy, but I know he does some NFL work on there. But I don't think he's going to move him up.
I don't know, unless there's a dark horse that we just don't see.
I mean, I like Gus Johnson do it. I think for the way his demeanor and how he calls the game, it's better suited for the college game. His emotions and all that, which is like, I like him calling the college game, especially because okay, he's calling the game. Guess what? It's going to be the big game of the week.
Right.
I like him calling that. I like him calling the college basketball too, because usually they're a pretty good game in that. But I don't know if he's going to move. They're going to move him up on there. I think it's going to be Kevin Hart, but I have no idea who's going to be their number 1 color commentary guy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a far cry from the glory days on there. I mean, with the color guy. I mean, Aikman is okay. He's a little dry for me and everything with it. Romo's goofball and that. And it just, you take it what it is. It's fun to watch and just. But again, the glory days of having like Dierdorf when he was with Dick Enberg on there. That was a great matchup.
Yeah.
And then later on with Al Michaels in the booth and that. Those were good matchups. I mean, Summerall and Madden are still the gold standard, which everybody should be judged by.
sure. But yeah, so I don't know who they're gonna. It's gonna be somebody we don't see. I think they'll bring somebody in that we're not picking up on. It's not on someone that's not necessarily on our radar, but there's a ton of talent I think out there available. I can't think offhand who I would jump in and put in that spot. Because that is a good question, but you know what? Whatever it is, it's not going to be as bad as what ESPN's been rolling out.
Oh, God, it's got to be better than Booger and the cherry picker.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing. I'm like, why do we have Booger in a tree blind? Like, what the F is this stuff? I don't even get it. It doesn't make sense to me. So, I don't know. They'll figure. Well, we'll see. I guess we'll find out eventually. At some point. That guy's on so much cocaine. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Hardy.
They do no fucking white jacket. He's just losing his mind.
I love cocaine!
Oh my God. His eyes look like they're going to explode.
His heart's like,
Yeah. I mean,
like a hummingbird. Sir, your heart is beating at 250 beats per minute. Yeah! You need to lay off the coke.
Jesus. What do you want, Cat? The studio mascot has been all up my ass today. Hello there, Midgie the cat. What are you doing? You're just plopping down on my lap now? You were just dead asleep over there, and now you decide you're going to come over here and be fuzzy and in the way. Would you like to talk? Here's the mic. You talk so damn much here. Why don't you just talk into the mic? Say
So some good news is they were talking about on there, Phil Mickelson is not going to be in the Masters this year because he's kind of persona non grata in the PGA.
Yeah, you think?
And they were talking about, too, is the only one that's still gearing up for that Saudi Golf League is Greg Norman because I guess he wants the money. They were talking about that. It's like how much of a disaster that's going to be for anybody signing up for that. It's like you understand it. It's going to destroy your career beyond any money that you think you're going to get from the Saudis.
Like, who's even going to go? Is it even going to happen?
Nobody, and they said not one top 30 player says, all of them said is no effing way.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So he's going to put himself out there, and then no one's even going to go,
Greg
so it doesn't
Norman's
even
like
matter.
65 years old now, too, so nobody gives a damn about Greg Norman.
All right. But nobody's going to go there.
No, nobody's going to it. It's an unmitigated disaster.
Yeah.
Gee, shocker.
Oh, yeah, I did. Exactly. Duh.
Especially whose courses they were going to play at.
Yeah.
Shocker. Something falling apart, turned to shit.
Yeah. Well,
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. What a flipping disaster.
So Oakland Hills, they announced that they're getting a PGA champ, of course, not till 2034.
And then like 63 or something.
51 on there. So it's like
what
and
the
they got
fuck?
the amateurs on it.
When I heard that, I was like, So they're gonna.
There's still an open there.
I'll be 80. Like, what do I fucking care?
Yeah, so in 2051, I'm thinking, all right, shit, I'm going to be in my 80s.
Yeah.
And when it's there again in 34, I'm going to be 69 years old.
I know. Like, what?
Who care again? There is an open one in the 20s that they may sneak it in there, but they got to build a clubhouse in it. They're talking, you know how much that clubhouse is going to cost to build a new one?
Oh my God. I didn't hear, but go ahead.
$80 million.
Okay.
And again, it was some workers there who they figured out was at fault because they figured out where it started, and these guys were basically trying to do some sealing on that. Of course, that's why they got their propanes and their blowtorch confiscated, because that's what started the fire. And so whoever you work for is probably going out of business because they're on the hook for an $80 million.
Well, this is what's messed
deal.
up. This is what's messed up too, because Shore United bought the old HP headquarters in Pontiac. It's a big facility. They paid $80 million for the whole property and put an $80 million renovation on that place. Dude, this thing has got everything you can think of in it. It's got like a Starbucks in it. It's got a hair salon in it. It's got a full gym with all the resources in it. It's got like nap rooms and showers and locker rooms. It's got full-on cafeterias. It's got state-of-the-art auditoriums and shit in it. It's got all this stuff in it. And it was an $80 million renovation to an existing building. What in the are you getting out of $80 million for a clubhouse?
Well, again, it
was a renovation for a building and the whole property.
Yeah, this was just the clubhouse.
Right, $80 million for just the clubhouse. What are they making it out of?
Well, the size of it, they said it was the second largest
wooden structure
in the state of Michigan.
I know, because nothing's wood.
Nothing's wood. The only other one that's comparable to that is the Grand Hotel in Mackinac.
All right. That's because nothing's wood.
Nothing's wood
anymore. They don't make anything.
They'll be on it, and they'll be better and bigger and better on it. But yeah, that's just essentially is it's a restaurant, or it's a kitchen, a bar, basically dining area, banquet halls, offices, changing facilities and so forth.
It's all these stupid tops. In the wood grain, and in the
it's
panels.
All the amenities.
It's all the stupid shit that's completely unnecessary. They are the equivalent. Okay, so when I started in furniture back in the 90s doing office furniture, I did an office for a pastor at a church. You know how much his office furniture was? $60,000 for his office furniture.
For a pastor.
For a desk, a credenza, a table, a side table, and some chairs to go around it, and then your office chair. The same setup that every office gets.
Every drawer better be full of cocaine.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. They are getting the $60,000 office version of this fucking.
This
clubhouse.
Is not going to be made out of no damn knotty pine and shit. This is going to be made out of
Well, it'll be made from like the tusk of like some like extinct water mammal or something.
Yes.
It's insane. Insane.
The plate is made from the bones of a blue whale.
Get me the breast milk of a Cambodian woman. The Dave Chappelle skit.
And again, and when they have the PGA Championship or the U.S. Open there, they're not going into the clubhouse buying your thing. They're setting up basically a huge tent for all your souvenirs and shit. Yeah, they set up a bar area for VIPs out on the course, meeting this huge tent. Right. You're not in the clubhouse. Right. The clubhouse is for members only.
Yes, sir.
And you have to be approved, and then you got to come up with a $75K initiation fee, and then you got to spend $2,000 a month at Oakland Hills, whether it's golf or dinner or whatever. That kind of obscene wealth is just. I mean, I would love to play Oakland Hills because it's Oakland Hills.
Yeah, I just want to Van Wilder it.
I want
I just want to do. I want
Caddyshack it.
I just want to get on a cart and do Bernies and wipe out and mess stuff up and swing like a jackass. And yes, I want to wear inappropriate stuff, and I want to have like loud music playing while I'm golfing because it's like totally
Hey,
inappropriate.
Yang, don't tell them you're Jewish. They won't let you in.
Yeah.
Hey, Whitey, where's your hat?
I mean, I just want to do it all. So anyway, IWE's coming back, guys. We got new Battlezone TV episode out there. Go ahead and check it out. IWEgladiators.com. We've got the big show in Oscoda coming up here. We're going to be traveling a little bit here in April, just after WrestleMania here. So don't get too over fat on WrestleMania stuff. Come check out IWE as we raise money for the Veterans Memorial Fund in Oscoda, and all your information can be found with IWE Imperial Wrestling Entertainment on Facebook and all other social medias, or you can go to IWEgladiators.com, and you can check out our other episodes, including the new one on our YouTube channel, also High Spots Wrestling Network, and the Progress Wrestling Network, and then of course on like 20 some different affiliates in 11 different states on your terrestrial television. So you can check your local listings, or you can once again go to IWEgladiators.com to find out when and where Battlezone TV is available to you in your town. Got some fun stuff going on there, so make sure you check that out. Moose, I like the weather change. I finally kind of feeling it a little bit, a little nicer, even though it's been cold and rainy today. We've got the little extra daylight going on in the day. I kind of dig that. So
hopefully it'll be from here on out.
And I'm just taking positives, baby, because like on a rough day like today, all you could do is take the positives, and that's what we're gonna look forward to as we kind of move forward, guys. I mean, let's just look at some of the. Let's just be positive. Let's have some fun. Our brackets were busted. There ain't nothing positive about that. But I was having fun watching Michigan win games they shouldn't have, and I think the rest of the tournament's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
NBA. You know, I know you guys want to see your favorite team in there, and they might not make it, but. And it's not going to be those big market teams probably in the finals again, but it's going to be some good basketball.
Right.
We've been getting some really good stuff. What you got, Moose?
I got Twitter of the day on there. Marlon Humphrey. Do quarterbacks ever have a bad pro day or combine? Question mark. I don't know why we act like it's amazing every year that they can throw a football. Marlon Humphreys.
It's just one of them things, man. You know they're gonna reach.
Preach to the choir, brother.
Yep.
Preach to the choir.
That sounds like it came out of our text line, to be honest. But that's how it goes.
It's like we've been saying it as well. David Moody, the NFL's on that Hennessy again.
All right, guys. So that's what we gotta do. Find the laughter, find the positivity, even in the negative stuff. It's fun. It's funny. It's all good. We appreciate you guys. You're all good. Be good and be good to each other. We love you guys. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for hanging.
Peace out.
Peace.
Looks like the cocaine.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.